was going to get into, if you want, for a few minutes, and I've covered this a bunch, but obviously not on this podcast. Although, let me back up. I feel like this story also fits because right now a lot of people are talking about we don't have the money. We don't have the money
Right.
for, to give people $2,000 a month for the foreseeable future. We don't have the money to treat all the COVID-19 patients without charging them some crazy thousands of dollars. Where would the money come from, right? We don't have the money. Well, one thing I've covered, and it's gotten some coverage, but certainly not enough, is the $21 trillion of unaccounted for adjustments in the Pentagon's own books, in their own budgets. I covered it in my book, Bullet Points and Punchlines, and I can't stress this enough, that this is not something I read on a blog somewhere. This is economists looking at the Pentagon's own budgets, like the numbers that they are forced to reveal to the American public. There are 21 trillion with a T unaccounted for adjustments, an absolutely unbelievable amount of money. And it really speaks to, at least somewhat that the MMT is true, that the government can basically make money out of thin air and use it for whatever they want. And then the rest of us are expected, not to live in that imaginary world of money production. But, some people have tried to, the only congressperson I've ever heard mention this is Ocasio-Cortez tweeted it once about the 21 trillion unaccounted for adjustments, and she was mercilessly attacked by the New York Times and Vox and some of these others, and they said, no, there's not $21 trillion missing. And they said, oh, it's just adjustments, that's just because generals aren't good at keeping their books. And you're like, no, fucking assholes, it's not just adjustments. That $21 trillion, that'd be like saying that, I had sex with 100,000 hairless aardvarks because I wasn't watching where I was walking. After one or two, it's a pattern. And it means something. And
there's a lot of hairless aardvark forests out there, Lee, and I get it. You take the wrong path.
You put on the right music, and they
come running.
Listen, what happens in the middle of a desert stays in the desert.
Hey, man.
But there are pallets of money that have gone missing. The Guardian covered back in 2004 how I believe it was $12 or $13 billion of saran-wrapped cash on pallets. We're talking tons of money. This is not amount of money that you could put in your van and drive off with. This is jumbo jets filled with saran-wrapped hundreds and $1,000 bills disappeared, and we don't know where it went. That's the amount of money we're talking about just floating around the Pentagon, and it just disappears. You don't know where it goes. It goes into a black hole, and people are getting insanely rich off it. It goes to weapons contractors. It goes to all kinds of people, but it fucking ain't going to us. It ain't going to the people. And you could have that money. You could do everything we wanted in this country, fix our infrastructure, give everybody health care, fix our public education. It could all be done for the amounts of money that just drift into the Pentagon and are never seen again.
Well, to be fair, 21 trillion. Look, that you could have left that in like an old jacket or underneath the seat. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, it's probably under their car.
A jacket the size of Wisconsin.
Yeah, a jacket the size of Wisconsin. Absolutely, Lee. We all have jackets the size of Wisconsin that happen to just have 21 trillion. Maybe there's 5 trillion in one jacket, and then you have a jacket the size of Colorado, and that's got another 9 trillion. And you just don't wear these jackets that often. No, it's
somebody shake Colorado, see if there's any change in there.
Look. Just check the cushions in the Pentagon break room. I mean, they're probably under there. I mean, you think about that. I remember reading about all the money they were throwing at Afghanistan. And this was even before the Afghanistan papers. But one of the things, they just threw all this money to fix it, and it was siphoned off. It didn't go to the Afghan people. They didn't build hospitals and roads. And, even if we took that budget that we've spent in Iraq and Afghanistan, right, and actually spent it not on war and bombing and corruption, but we rebuilt the infrastructure of those countries. even that would be better than what we're talking about. Not to mention $21 trillion. Oh,
yeah,
guess
there were some stories that came out about ghost schools in Afghanistan, like a bunch of, like, I don't remember the numbers, but a lot of schools that were supposedly built that just aren't there because basically the Afghans realized, oh, America ships you money if you say you built a school.
Yeah.
So there's just like ghost schools.
Ghost schools. And like I was doing it when I was in Iraq for one of these comedy tours I did when one of the story of a $900 million pallet disappeared. Oh my God. Like, dude, what, who, there's, and
Chris Angel couldn't pull that shit off.
I mean, it's just like, how does that happen? Like, oh man, that pallet for the 900 million, I always shipped it to the wrong, at my fault. We'll get it. It got thing. And then you look at $21 trillion, what America could look like today with $21 trillion. I mean, free college, student debt forgiveness, Medicare for all, no more homelessness. Graham,
I want to put you on the spot and see if you realize how much $21 trillion is. If you make $40,000 a year, guess how many years it would take to make $21 trillion?
I don't know, 50?
525 million years.
Okay, so then, yeah, so that's why I'm vegan. I
So, you know, start buying single ply toilet paper. That, you know, just cut back on the expenses. You'll get there.
I love it. So it's just work harder. Just pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
Just work harder.
Yeah, it's maddening when you think about and like, Jesus, we should have a $4 or $5 trillion just rainy day fund for when we have a pandemic. Oh, we just gave $4.25 trillion to Wall Street. That's right. So that's where that went. That's good to know. So,
all right, man. Well, unfortunately, I got to run, but I think we've done good work here.
We've done good work. Lee Camp, Government Secrets, episode 3. So Lee, where
you really missed your calling, didn't you? On morning radio.
Well, you know, Lee, this is also, I did 300 episodes of basic cable game shows, Lee. Stick around for the lightning round or the points double.
Wait, so did any of them have the fart cannon or no? That was...
I did do a show called Cram, where you snooze, you lose. We keep you up for 24 hours and give you and then put you on a big hamster wheel. I'm surprised we didn't have a fart cannon, quite honestly. We had just about everything but.
That was the only thing missing. That show would have been a hit. It just had the fart cannon.
Oh man, we would have got a 3rd season. Yeah, it was if you took morning radio and reality cable TV and put them together, that was Cram. That was the show Cram. All it needed was some like Real Housewives shit, and it would have been fantastic.
Oh man!
So where can people listen to you online, Lee? Anyone who's listening to Government Secrets and doesn't know who any of us are?
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to highly recommend they share Government Secrets because, you know, we're waiting to see how this turns out. If people like it, we'll keep doing them. If people fucking hate it, then we will keep doing them more. So you guys decide whether you want this thing to keep going. Please share it. Let people know. My stuff outside of this, I have a separate podcast called Uncensored with Eleanor Goldfield. Check that out. I have a TV show called Redacted Tonight that you can find on YouTube. Just search Redacted Tonight. I have a book that talks a bunch about the $21 trillion unaccounted for at the Pentagon, and it gets into that and a lot more. That's called Bullet Points and Punchlines, and you can get it at leecampbook.com. And my comedy special is free to watch at leecamp.american.com. So go check out all of that. You got a lot of work to do, folks.
A lot of work. And of course, if you're new to what I do, I'm, I was a regular on the Jimmy Dore show before COVID stopped all that, but I'm still on it every once in a while. And I have my own YouTube show called Political Vigilante, which please subscribe to that. I go live 5 days a week and drop 3 clips a day, roughly. And then of course I have all my Patreon. I'm on Rockfin, all that stuff. If you go to GrahamElwood.com, you can buy my merchandise. You can follow me on social media. There's ways to donate and support to my show because I'm totally viewer funded. So just go to grahamelwood.com, like, share, subscribe, do all that business.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for Government Secrets Episode 3 with Lee Carp and Graham Elwood. Mornings on Kazoo. Hey, everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/GrahamElwood or rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.